No bra body mama ye mamu nyina adwo mama kwaba eba United Television so ye ka se bo atwa to na adwo yi e di fi studio sa worship house be ka junction kran e de bra bia mo bia ye da sedama specialize in no special drink ni bia kwama this way the chocolate drink no ene abusuya akanyi nyina na fe ni fufu ni tabe kwan so won so yabo maba so wukure ma brebia na ka se bo e de bremu yi atifi nsem bi nse mampani na narodan kwakufu ado e de ato do bonyumeku ahodo ne santrofo enim se yenhwe se yedwumadi ebedi afiaba to hyase ne tuom ne na wiye no ebe ne de asomdwe ebe broman no
Ora Albert Kwabnadwomfo wo no ene ye president Emma Ghana Central Kabomko wo de atompanyifo anim ye Ghana ban ni post adwuma ne so obesere mo ada democracy hub fo ade hia sesei dodo na ewo police fo akache no yenya wo
na nadwe yankobo ebedie no ensema do minu ne beka ho asem ye bedi kan ahwe ochina ena eyisi ene parties awdo no Asia IPAC meeting na omo se obi ewo bibi a kire no so kire nadwene a wo fa mra enhyemu nase ye bebisa se ebe ye nie ebe ye dwuma na fe ya hwe sa galamse nsem ya ya kan no ayade agige fo ani abre pa se trofo ku batan no se ye hwe ne hu bibi na nsem apiepie ewo nhyemudie nase a kwabra kan ye no agige president kan ye no ye bedi hu ko wana nadwe
Weni nsembi e ka ho na anwumre ye de ba besom wo se no ndubre mu kase bo akenkan fo anwumre ye me abna ba yi nyano mene
eja kwabna Afrika shabo no emu nsam nie Ghana ye mapani na nadodan kwakufu ado ade ato edobodwumeku ahodo ne santwefo anim se sasomufudwo a na bakram onya babidi ne tito eti ho behia se edwumadi ayedie de ye betwere de ye bekenkan de ye beyie nyina no fisabria kopoma bato na wiye no ebe de no kwarewom na nkonkofa oyo ne basabasa bia emra oman no mu ode semutudwa wo bra oman santwefo ku no ede abasobɔ dwumadi oya na fibia de to so de no nwotwe ehye so ewon kran.
You know, with great power comes great responsibility. This power to shape opinions, to frame narratives, and to hold leaders to account requires the utmost care, integrity, and a deep commitment to the truth. The bond between journalists and the public is built on trust, and it is this trust that must be continually safeguarded by your professionalism and dedication to accuracy, fairness, and balance. As we look back on the role of the media over the past 75 years, we must pay particular attention to its contribution to our electoral process. Elections are the bedrock of any democracy, and the media is the lifeblood that sustains them. Every 4 years, Ghanaians go to the polls to choose their leaders, and in that process, the media plays an indispensable role. It is through your work that citizens are informed about the policies of political parties, the integrity of candidates, and the issues that matter most to their lives. The responsibility of the media during elections cannot be overstated. You have been at the forefront, monitoring the polls, reporting on potential irregularities, and ensuring that the voices of the electorate are heard. The peaceful transitions of power that we have seen in Ghana are in no small part due to the diligence and integrity of the media. But the times are changing. In this digital age, we face many new challenges: disinformation, misinformation, fake news, and sensationalism that can distort the electoral process. While the technology has democratized information, it has also created new vulnerabilities. In the age of social media, where information travels faster than ever, journalists must rise to the occasion by being the gatekeepers of truth, ensuring that facts prevail over falsehoods. As we prepare for yet another election cycle, I call on the media to continue its vital work, reporting with integrity, ensuring fairness in coverage, and providing voters with the accurate, timely, and comprehensive information they need to make informed decisions. The stakes are high, and your role has never been more crucial. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you not only as the President of the Republic, but as someone who has walked alongside the media on this nation's journey to freedom and democracy.
Albert Kwabena for when a penya a Ghana Central for Kabomuku Wadano and Nano Democracy Hub for a Yechama says ya say dear a muni padodona na kwako dia prosi for one sema a munkuno and so eda and a dear fee. Then no penya casan which musa one more da remand no. Now watching me no I saw munda one a dear and no day into a best Ghana buying who say Jumano or Madaroma or Munyai Adishi.
We still maintain that a state of emergency must be declared over our water bodies and all planned and active mining concessions overlapping with river buffers should be abrogated, and all mining activities within 100 meters buffer of all rivers and streams should be halted with immediate effect. We also reiterate that LI 2462 should be repealed immediately. Let me also use this opportunity to implore the two leading presidential candidates who are supposed to be here with us today. They accepted an invitation and agreed to be here this evening. Unfortunately, they are not here yet. But I want to take this opportunity, Your Excellency, to implore these two leading candidates, presidential candidates and all other presidential candidates, to make a firm commitment to the fight against Galamsey so we can hold them accountable when any of them assume office in 2025. I urge the media to preface all of their stories with #StopGalamsey_now. We are also not stopping, and I can assure you from the GJ perspective, we are also not stopping until Galamsey stops. Galamsey protesters. Now, Chairman, Your Excellency, I want to commend the Ghana Police Service for exhibiting a high level of professionalism and restraint during that recent 3-day protest against Galamsey by some citizens of this country. We note some excesses and provocations that occurred during the demonstration, and the GJ condemned these excesses in no uncertain terms. However, we also believe that remanding the protesters for 2 weeks is too extreme and does not send positive signals when it comes to protecting human rights. Our Constitution mandates us to protect the human rights of citizens in this country, and as the President, I will lead that charge. As a result, we add our voice to calls on the government, police, and the judiciary to take steps to release the protesters immediately.
And this Amayo Kudu Franco Tini, Kariman Penny, John Dramani Mahama, Edia Tuja say, Emma, and the Tibibua, na Abraboye Yinti, Bible Cracker Sauba, a bear masses wafo. And Tia Hubi here, say Ghana Mano, is so me, Musera man, so which me a boama manakunim, and tis a Ghana for an adrum nom to a manwa, a few big rooms of Emma Penia, Obesha Quine, said Emma who drew a year a consider see Mark Puntu Minano. Obi ye free na manso aboama my Ghana afano tuma pefra.
The NDC, our mission is simple. Ghanaian women matter. Ghanaian women are our partners in development, and our party has put forward proposals to ensure that women sit at the table of national decision making side by side with our men. This is not an empty promise. I've already shown the commitment to do this through the nomination of a female running mate, a symbol of our inclusive and gender-balanced party and government. And God willing, she will be the next Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Despite women's significant contribution to our nation's development, gender inequality remains pervasive, particularly in the informal sector, where women form the greater majority of stakeholders. This is an important sector that contributes nearly 30% to GDP. This situation has exacerbated poverty amongst women, as highlighted by the 2020 census which indicates that out of the 7.3 million poor people in this country, the majority, which is almost 3.8 million, are women. In fact, nearly 54% of unemployed people in Ghana are women. Why should poverty have a female face in Ghana? With 1.44 million women classified as extremely poor and living on less than $1.90 a day. These numbers should not just shock us, they should spur us to action. Our Resetting Ghana manifesto offers bold solutions to address these challenges. And first and foremost will be the challenge of job creation. Because as I told you, the majority of unemployed people in Ghana are women. And that is why we believe that with our 24-hour economy policy, when NDC comes into office, we'll create more jobs, which will ultimately benefit more women.
Enu echi ena ni oboa na mechire ne running mate Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman eso ekasa echire nhyehyeye a NDC amanyokuo no ahyehye ede ama ema
emba ye wodan mu ha no ye musan ye woka eye yan ye dia mo ni bi na ye musan ye tete ha sese na omo mutie yen ana ye kasa yen fa ye dan ho enkra tamra sada na ye dia ye din wo so a ne nyina ye ne bi echesa bank akakraka na esi ho no a wo kwa ya se fa wo dan ho krata abra no echesa ye yanka ho ana ejapade ne obi ye peska crop apfa apafo no makwa akodo amaye ye bekwen ye peska kakra ekodijwa ye bekwen obi aho ne na mekoto kakra na be nsoma ton no wodwom ye bekwen just when your president or te masu just when your president or say ema mo ha on say ne etimi ekosun sasu no won nan so enti sa de a ye ru mahama o sesen o se maye mo nko mo bank amamo sa bank no wo ko ho no ma osika sensi wo kra na wo so a ayensi wo kuma bi ono wa hyehyɛ pa no what me di wudwa no what the business environment of Ghana say na won so hu baby a wugina na ye man so de jamu nim yesura de kakra ana yakukuduro na baby a ye mpese baba ba kyen enti ye de car ya na yetua na kakra enti ene da so say bosia na ye de be ma na eda fom no ebedu baby no na business na nka ewo fom no na peja na wan so eja wa ye o madam ketewa bi na to baby na mpe we na apede
Onimunyafo kojo opon-kroma wona yesoafo a wo hwa adansi ni enyuma so wodi atodwa se eye adan ahodo a aban esie ema adehia akoso modam nsu etwifo madan so no wawie mu ohanchichemu aduosia na oguso dendenden eye adankra oha eni dunum na wodi atodwa se sika aban ehia obetimi ede awie dan no eye be 400 to 500 million Ghana cedis.
We broke ground to start work on the resettlement. I know sometimes people like to create a narrative that government is not doing anything about it. It's not true. In April 2024, I myself, together with my leaders, went on the ground to break ground for construction to start. And many of you, our colleagues in the media, covered it. Alongside that, or parallel to that, we also had to do a validation of who really needed new housing. A lot of people came forward claiming that their buildings had been destroyed and therefore they needed new buildings. So we had to send the whole team, BNI, LUSPA, NADMO, to go there and do validation. So the validation exercise is done by, you come and stand by your collapsed building or where it was. The local assembly member, unit committee members can all validate that it's true, this is where your house was. BNI and everybody, we are there. We're able to validate your Ghana card and then we're able to take. When we finished this exercise, after about 2.5 to 3 months, it took about 2.5 to 3 months to finish, only 40% of those who were claiming that their buildings had been destroyed and needed replacement were true. Only 40%. In fact, it was 38%. We then rounded it off to 40% to accommodate for those whose buildings were not destroyed but will need some support to repair their old buildings. So we say 40% of them were validated. So we're in the process of building 2,225 new homes to resettle our colleagues who were affected by the floods. Now already 115 units are under construction and they've gone past the 60% mark. Those are the units that I went to break ground for in April 2024. 115 of those units. We have also approved phase 2 of 1,010 units, and we've received the commencement certificate for phase 2. Currently, we're going through the PPA and the land acquisition processes so that actual construction on the phase 2 can happen. And then we have made an application to Cabinet, because obviously 1,010 plus 115 is not equal to 2,225. So there's a difference. We've made an application to Cabinet to approve a program for us to finish the third phase as well.
Yeba kokwaje aboafo kratso na yeba abiyafo betina sem ye di nkomo sem di kan ye no ochina ipack nhyem bombeko no obi a wo ha bia no yisi se fa nkrata bra de ha wadwun bia fa bra na ebebi sasaje bia obi betumi di bia akọ anaso bia ntumi fa bi nkwa no obi be sore tia no obi nsore tia anu ko chan kombe ni live ami enyi netumi ahwe bi nti no ade a yade hu nsem be di hu nkomo kakra na fi ya hwe galamse hu nsem semi gigi say democracy hub for na ya jeli wo no ehwe ni nya wo na we nya semi ese en chintwan bia eto asomo na se etisen ye nkomra ni ndisan komo no